on behalf of the team at Win Real Estate, 22 Wanda Street in Mulgrave. The property going up for sale. For the neighbours in the crowd, we appreciate you being here in attendance, and of course for those that are here to bid on the property, we wish you all the best of luck with your bidding endeavours. To the vendors, we'd like to take this opportunity to thank you in advance for entrusting us in the sale of your most prized possession. This auction will be conducted in accordance with the rules and any additional conditions that were made available for inspection before the commencement of the auction. As the auctioneer, I'll be indicating bidders on request, and I have the right to place bids on behalf of the sellers, otherwise known as vendor bids, and if and when I choose to place those bids, we'll make it very clear by simply stating the words vendor bid. These rules prohibit false bids, prohibit major disruptions by bidders attempting to prevent others from bidding, and provide fines for such conduct. And last but not least, when this paperwork hits my hand and the property is deemed sold, we'll take absolutely no late bids or offers beyond that particular point. Now, should you be the successful purchaser, I do congratulate you, and all that is due and payable from you here this morning is a little 10% deposit of the full purchase price. The remaining money not due to be paid until 60 through to 90 days time. The sellers are offering you an abundance of flexibility for you there, and of course the keys will be in your hands ready for you to move in and invite your family and friends over to pop open multiple bottles of champagne and celebrate the purchase of your stunning new family residence. Underpinning your prospective purchase is a whopping 666 square metres of the finest soil that Mulgrave has on offer. Aldwin from the team at Win Real Estate has been the selling agent representing the vendors over the course of the campaign and liaising with the buyers that are here this morning. 4 bedrooms spread throughout the property, and of course with large and spacious rooms. You've got a couple of bathrooms and multiple car parking spaces to accommodate your family living. The property itself was built by the very owners that have lived here as well for the last 9 years, and as it transacts here this morning, no doubt the buyer will reside here for many, many years to come. Now, when bidding to the upper echelon of your bidding capacity here at 22 Wanda Street in Mulgrave, keep in mind that the priceless family memories that you are going to create are going to make that extra $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 that you spent to secure the property somewhat insignificant. Ladies and gentlemen, all amenities that are created for you to live a luxurious family lifestyle are not too far away from your doorstep. Of course, you've got the train, Springvale and Glen Waverley Station, buses, shopping facilities, schools, public, private, secondary, primary, all of which is here in the world's most livable city, recently voted for the 7th consecutive year with the fastest growing population that this country has on offer. Bid with an abundance of confidence, of course, to your capacity, knowing this growth in population is only going to increase demand and therefore increase real estate prices as well. Thanks for tuning in, those that are live streaming through the Auction Reporters app, and of course those that are going to watch the edited video and through the EYS Auctions Facebook page as well. Ladies and gentlemen, of course, no doubt the Win Real Estate Facebook page. Here's your opportunity, buyers, to throw an opening bid, an opening offer at absolutely any figure that you like.
900.
At $900,000, fairly bit away, sir. I do wish you all the best with the auction. At $900,000, and the auction has commenced. And you guys are in front, and nice to see you. And I wish you all the best at a nice, neat $900,000 offer. At $950, bang, take a look at that. You guys mean business with a $50,000 rise, nice and early in proceedings, and competition has been ignited. At $970, and back against you, back in front, and good to see you. At $970, fairly bit away on top here, right next to Aldwin. At $970,000 buyers, we welcome you in now. At $970,000 the offer, tucked away. 90, welcome back. Straight back over the top and good bid 90. At $990 the offer, happy to take a bid if you're comfortable. At $1 million, sorry. At $990,000, I'm going to call it 3 times. Fairly bit away. $1 million, take a look at that, at a nice neat million, and good to see you. We're at $1 million already, a little bit too late, guys. At $1 million the offer, at 9, $1 million and 10, at $1 million and 10, confirming the bid. Aldwin, is that $1 million and 10? We're at $1 million at the moment. We're at $1 million at the moment. We're going to reverse that one at $1 million now. Miscommunication at $1 million and 10 to jump back in front. $1 million the bid at $1 million and 10, guys. Jump back, got it. Welcome back. We've seen this one first. $1 million and 20 if you like. At $1 million and 20, welcome back, and good to see you again. Jumping straight back over the top at $1 million and 20, at $1 million and 20, barely bit away, at $1 million and 20, at $1 million and 20 the offer, 30, welcome back, and good to see you again at 40, at $1 million and 40 the offer, banging back against you, at $1,040,000, fairly bit away, 50 to jump back in, guys need to hit it, at $1 million and 40 now, thanks for tuning in. At a begin at 40,000 and 50 to jump back, guys, need to hear it. At a begin at 40 and 50 quickly. At 1 million and 40. At 1 million and 40. At 1 million and 50. Good to see you. Too slow, guys. 60 if you like. At a begin at 50 on the market and selling at 60. We're on the market and selling. The keys are in your hands. At a begin at 60. At 60 already, sir. 70 if you like. At 70 to jump back in. Now 70. We've got 6 bidders fighting for it. At a begin at 70. At a begin at 70. 6 bidders fighting it out at 80. Jump back. At a begin at 75. 80 quickly. At 75 and 80. Need to know now. At 85. Quickly, guys. At 85 I search for. At a begin at 80 with your competition. The keys are in your hands at the moment as the bidding here, of course, is rapid fire. At a begin at 85. 86. At 86. Now back against you guys. At 86 the offer. We're on the market for those that may have recently joined us. 6 bidders fighting it out. At a begin at 86,000. Fairly bit away.
1,090,000.
1,090,000. Not a problem. We'll take it and good to see you. Where did you come from, sir? 1.1. Bang. Take a look at that. Gentleman means business. At a begin 100,000. Fairly bit away. Gentleman's in front. At 1.1. At a begin of 150, sir. Could be the knockout blow. At a begin
1.105.
1.105 and back against everybody else. Gentleman's back in front and he means business as he stands there nonchalantly at the tip of the driveway, hands behind your back. At a begin $105,000. What got it? Begin 106. 7, sir. Quick rebuttal's a good one. 10. Welcome back. 20. How about it, sir? Begin at 110. You guys started us off and you're in front at the moment and begin 110 at the pointy end of the auction. In front here on behalf of the team at Win Real Estate at 11. 12. How about it? At a begin at 111. 12. 12 and 15. Straight back over the top. Take a look at that. At a begin of 115. At a begin of 115. 20. Bang. Gentleman means business. Jump back in front. At a begin of 120. At a begin of 120. If you're thinking of selling your team at Win Real Estate, look forward to doing that for you. At a begin of 120. Fairly bit away. Gentleman's in front. 21. And welcome back. Good teamwork, Alice. At a begin of 121. Jump back, sir. At a begin of 122. 22 and good to see you. At a begin 122. At a begin 122. 23. At a begin 123. 4 guys jump straight back over the top. At a begin 123. I'm suggesting a begin 130. $1,000 rises are making it awfully comfortable for your competition to jump back. Let's step up and make them think a little. At a begin of 123 back against you. At a begin 125. Bang. 5. 30, sir. How about it? Merely a suggestion. 26 will take it. At a begin 126 and back against you. And I begin 127, 28, sir, and how about it? And I begin 128 and 29. And 29, sorry? 30.
31.
How about 40?
31.
How about 40?
31.
We'll take it. 31. 33, sir?
35.
I think we're going to get to 40 anyway. I want to make it 40. Could be the knockout blow. 40, sir. And I begin 140. Yep.
36.
Not 36. 40, sir. Are you sure you're out? At a begin 135 for the sake of the $1,000 rise. I'm suggesting you bid a begin at 140. That will make it $5,000 above your last bid, sir, which is approximately $5 a week of interest repayments higher than your last offer. Are you sure you want to go back out there into the marketplace and furthermore to that run the risk of bidding higher than this on properties you don't even like as much in a few months' time? You reflect back on this moment and think to yourself, I should have listened to the auctioneer. At a begin at 136, you guys are on top and holding the keys and stands. I do appreciate your bidding, sir, and respect the fact you said you're out. Cheeky side point though, I'm going to come back to you and try to get more. At a begin 136, good bidding though. At a begin 136 and back against you. You guys are on top. You're holding the keys for your family now. At a begin 136 and it appears as though that you may have defeated your competition. But please do bear with me a moment as I take an elongated period of time. At a begin 138 to ensure that everybody's out. But they're back in at a begin of 138. 9. At a begin 139 and 40 to jump back. Gentlemen's back in front on behalf of the family. At a begin 139. At a begin of 139. At a begin of 139 in the world's most livable city, voted back to back to back to back to back to back to back 7 consecutive years. At a begin of 139 and 140 to jump back in now. Here's your opportunity at a begin of 140. At a begin of 140, fairly fit away at a begin of 139. At a begin of 139 and 40, and how about it? At a begin of 139 and 40. At a begin of 139, Frank, if you're tuning in, I forgot to say hello to you last week, but there you go. June 23rd and I got you. At a begin of 139. At a begin of 139 and 40, and how about it? Jump straight back in. Hallie, I need to hear it from you. At a begin 139 and 500, I'll take the 500. At a begin of 139 and 540 and back against you. I said we'd get there, sir, and here we are. At a begin 140. $150,000. Fairly bit away, right next to Allison, a bit of 140 Alan. You guys are in second place, which doesn't count for much under auction conditions, and a bit of 140. Good to see you guys, thanks for tuning in. I have no idea who you are, but I'm magnetised to the camera. And a bit of 140, fairly bit away, you guys on top, and holding the keys at the moment.
1,145.
1,145,000. He said he's out, so next time he says he's out, I'm not going to believe him. At 1,145,000, and welcome back in. Good to see you again. Back in front at 1,145,000, fairly bit away. Good to see you, by the way, Pooven. It's been a few months, and every time I've seen you, you look even younger and younger. At 1,145,000, gentlemen's in front at 1,145,000 and 50 guys. And how about it? Now's your chance to step up and flex your option muscles. Let's show one another that you mean business. Gentlemen's in top, tucked away on the left-hand side. At 1,145,000, guys, can we tempt you back in, or have we definitely seen your best? At 1,145,000, at 1,145,000, at 1,146,000, at 1,146,000. Geez, this will make a great article for the Herald Sun. At 1,147,000, gentlemen's back in front. At 1,147,000 and 48. Owners have resided here for 9 years. They're the ones that built the property. You're going to live here for many years as well, no doubt, and build an emotional connection with this fine piece of real estate that you cannot attach a price to. Let's continue to bid with confidence. Square that information in your mind. At the beginning of 148. At the beginning of 148. So at the beginning of 149. Let's jump back in now. At the beginning of 148. Gentlemen's making a phone call, and it leads me to believe they put another bid. At the beginning of 148. Guys, here we go. At the beginning of 148. At the beginning of 148. At the beginning of 148. Guys, jump back. At the beginning of 148. 49. At the beginning of 149. I hope you know with Optus, because every single soccer game I've tried to watch is cut out. I don't know if their telephone reception's identical, but at the beginning of 149. At the beginning of 149. What a beginning of 149, gentlemen, means business. He's back in front. Aldwin's the selling agent from Win Real Estate, and he looks forward to selling your property as well, don't you, Aldwin? How much?
How much now?
1,149,000 with your competitors there. 50 to jump back in. Happy to take $500 if you're more comfortable. At 1,149,000 and 500 and granted. I'll extend the courtesy to the floor, guys. Can I tempt you back? I know you want it. At 1,149,000 and 500. Let's not go back to realestate.com or domain your web portal of choice. More agonising open inspections, dealing with more real estate agents. They're going to call you back on Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, but you're not going to answer their phone calls, are you? Why? Because you've saved their numbers and you know to ignore them. But a Friday afternoon comes along and it's a private number, and bang! They've got you in a conversation you don't want to be in. At the beginning of 150, this guy doesn't like agents. At the beginning of 150 now. At the beginning of 150, of course you do. A little bit of light-hearted humour. At the beginning of 150, back against you, 51, and how about it? At the beginning of 150, at the beginning of 151, at the beginning of 151, at the beginning of 151, at the beginning of 151. Now the team at Win Real Estate in Mulgrave, they're the ones to sell your property. The team at EYS Auctions, we look forward to auctioning it off your property as well, or partnering with your business. At the beginning of 150.
50.
Yeah.
50.
Over there.
50 here.
51, can I tempt you back? Got it. It'll begin 151. It'll begin 151. It'll begin 151 to jump back now. It'll begin 151. Sorry?
Not yet.
Not yet. How about now? And it begin 150,000. And it begin 150,000. And it begin 150,000. And it begin 150 now. You guys are on top. The keys are in your hands. And it feels good, doesn't it? It'll begin 150. And it'll begin 150. Please excuse me, guys. I'm going to take an elongated period of time to ensure that every single buyer's out. You will become frustrated with me, but as a cheeky side note, if I get the pleasure of selling your property, you will be grateful for such conduct. You're in front of the moment. It'll begin 150,000. It'll begin at 150.
1151.
51. I knew that he'd come back. It'll begin 151. Playing hard to get, making me work for it. It'll begin at 151. Gentlemen's back in front. It'll begin at 151. If you're thinking of selling your property and auctioning it off, have a conversation with Aldwin and the team at Win Real Estate. I look forward to having a conversation with you in regards to the method and process involved in recreating this situation in the front of your property. Don't you, Aldwin? It'll begin 151 and 500. And welcome back in. Good to see you again. It'll begin 151 and 500. It'll begin 151 and 500, and we're $101,500 above the written reserve price. It'll begin 151,500, and you guys are on top, and great to see you. It'll begin 151 and 500. Jump back at 152. It'll begin at 152. Sir, jump back now. Need to hear it, or I'm going to sell it away with your competition. You guys are in first place, holding the keys. It'll begin 151 and 500. Going once, going twice for the third and final chance. I'm going to knock it. A million and 152. I've got it. At a begin of 152. I read your lips, sir. Back in front. At a begin of 152 with the Spider Spencers, of course, magnetic over here. At a begin of 152. Jump back at a begin of 153, ma'am. At a begin of 152. At a begin of 152 and 153 to jump back. At a begin of 152, ma'am, and 53 quickly. At a begin of 152. At a begin of 152 and 500. Welcome back and good to see you again. At a begin of 152 and 500. At a begin of 152, 553 to jump back in front. At a begin 152 and 500. At a begin 152 and 500. 53, how about it? I'm going to knock it down. The bid's here correct. At a begin 152 and 500. Could you have defeated your competition? Can we tempt you back in for the final opportunity? At a begin of 152 and 500. Jump back in front. I'm going to sell to your competition. Going once at a begin 152 and 500, 153. At a begin of 153, the never-ending story. Not a great movie, but a great auction. At a begin 153, jump back, ma'am. At a begin of 153 and 500. At a begin 153 and 500 to jump back, but 153 fairly bit away. Right here next to Alice. Good teamwork. Appreciate your assistance. At a begin $153,000, fairly bit away. We appreciate all the neighbours in the crowd for making this such a spectacular event. I wish you a wonderful weekend. And of no doubt, the vendors and buyers are going to have one as well. At a begin of 153, could this be our buyer? Only time will tell. How much?
1154.
1154. The gentleman that said he was out at a begin 135. At a begin 154, sir. Great bidding. Great to see you again. And why wouldn't you? At a begin 154, jump back, guys, at 155. And how about it? At a begin $154,000, fairly bit away, tucked away on the left-hand side. At a begin 154, jump back at 55. We need to see it. At a begin 154,000. Gentlemen is in front on the left-hand side, right next to Aldwin. At a begin 154. Guys, I'm going to knock it down. I'm going to sell the property. Bid is here at a begin 154. Going once, twice, third. 500, and a begin 154 and 500, and a begin 154 and 555, and how about it? And a begin 154 and 500, and a begin 154 and 555, we need to see it. And a begin 155 and welcome back and good to see you again. And a begin 155 and 50, we're at 55 already. And a begin 155, 55 the bid, left hand side at a begin 155. Can we tempt you back in now for an increased number? At a begin 155, man, we need to see it now. At a begin of 155, at a begin of 155, at a begin of 155 at 56 to jump back, guys. Surely you're not going to let it go to your competitors. At a begin 155 for the first opportunity, I'm going to knock it down and sell this fine piece of family real estate. At a begin 155 and 500, at a begin 155 and 500. At 56 and back against you, sir, need to see it. At a begin 156, fairly bit away, right next to Ali. At a begin 156 and 500. I'm suggesting we mix things up. Einstein's definition of insanity is trying the same thing over and over and over and expecting a different result. Let's jump back in at a begin of 160. Could be the strategic victorious knockout blow. At a begin 156 and 500, fairly bit away on the left-hand side. At a begin 156 and 500, guys. Begin 160 is my suggestion. Let's not back away now. Let's step up and purchase the property for your family. It'll begin 156 and 500 for the first opportunity. Gentlemen's in front. I'm going to sell second chance. It'll begin 156 and 557. It'll begin 157 just in the nick of time. But I welcome you back hospitably. It'll begin 157,000 back in front and great to see you. It'll begin 157 and a half. It'll begin 157 and a half. It'll begin 157 and a half. It'll begin 157 and a half, guys. Jump back in front. It'll begin 157 and a half. It'll begin 157 and a half. Barely bit away on the left-hand side. Jump back in front. It'll begin 157 and a half and 58. And how about it, man? We need to see it. It'll begin 157 and a half. It'll begin 157 and a half. It'll begin 157 and a half. Let's jump back in front. Barely bit away. Bit is here. Left-hand side. It'll begin 157 and a half. Gentlemen's in front. It'll begin 157 and a half. It'll begin 157 and a half and in front on top, and good to see you. The property's yours. If we do not see a better bidder offer, I'll pull the phone out because I was going to do an Instagram post halfway through the auction, but I realised it was unsoon. suitable. It'll begin 157.5 in front here on the left-hand side, on top, holding the keys. Absolutely fantastic bidding, sir. It'll begin 157.5 and back against you. It'll begin 157.5 at 58 and back against you and a half. It'll begin 158.5 at 59, and how about it? It'll begin 158.5 at 59. It'll begin 158.5 at 59 to jump back in front. It'll begin 158.5 at 59 quickly. It'll begin 158.5 at 59. Jump back in front as we're on the market, have been for a substantial amount of time, and we are selling. We've seen 7 bidders fighting out this fine piece of family real estate. It'll begin 158.5. Is that right? 60. $1,500 rise in the pointy end of proceedings. No one's backing away. This stunning property built by the very family that's lived there for the last 9 years. It'll begin 160,000, and you guys are in front holding the keys at the moment. Sir, jump back in. It'll begin at 160. How much? It'll begin at 160. It'll begin at 160. It'll begin 161 to jump back. Guys, need to hear it now. It'll begin at 160. It'll begin at 160. It'll begin at 160. Sir, let's jump back. $1,500 rise. It took a couple of minutes to appear, which suggests to me you both stretched each other to the limit. It'll begin at 160, sir. Jump back for $100. I know that it's worth it because just a few weeks ago, I sold the property with a $1 bid. I'm not saying that $100 will buy the property for you, but I know that it's 100 times more than the figure that I sold a property for a few weeks ago. It'll begin 160 and 100. Jump back in front. Here's your final opportunity, or I'm going to knock it down to your competition. It'll begin at 160, 100.
161.
161. Gentlemen, back in front, and no one's backing down. It'll begin 161. It'll begin at 161. It'll begin at 161. We've seen 7 bidders fight for it as we're 111,000 above the reserve. It'll begin at 161. But why wouldn't we be? A stunning family residence. It'll begin at 161. It'll begin at 161 in front. Left-hand side, it'll begin at 161. How about a begin 170? It just could be what is required to secure the purchase now. It's an uninviting number for your competition to jump back, but you've been great thus far, sir, in front holding the keys as it stands here at this particular moment in time. It'll begin 161. You're going to save yourself an abundance of time and energy in the future searching for more real estate if you secure the purchase here this morning. It'll begin 161. Jump back, ma'am. Final opportunity. Appreciate your bidding. Are you guys definitely out? Going once, twice, third, final. 500, it'll begin 161 and 500. Sir, it'll begin 161 and 500. You've told me you're out about 4 times, but jump back in every single time. It must be opposite day in your world, and I'll accommodate that. It'll begin at 161 and 562 to jump back in. It'll begin 161, fairly bit away, and 500, correct? It'll begin 161 and 500. It'll begin 161 and 500. It'll begin 161 and 500. It'll begin 161 and 600. I'll take a $100 bid. Give it one final chance. $100, 600 above your last bid, about 60 cents a week of interest repayments higher than your last offer. You find that kind of money on your car floor on a weekly basis, it will feel more like a donation than a payment, and no doubt the property's value will escalate, and those priceless family memories that you are going to create just to put the tasty cherry on top of this beautiful cake. It'll begin 161 and 500. Another $100, sir, to jump back. It'll begin 161 and 500 going once. I'm going to knock it down on behalf of the team at Win Real Estate for the second opportunity. It'll begin 161,500. Sir, for final call. Out, done. Appreciate your bidding. It appears as though you've defeated your competition. It'll begin 161 and 500. Final chance, guys. It'll begin 161 and 500. 62. It'll begin 162. It'll begin 162. I thought we lost you, sir, but we resuscitated you. It'll begin 162. Great bid, and good to see you again. It'll begin at 162. Your competition is back in front. It'll begin at 162. Jump back in, ma'am. Need to hear it now. To begin at 162. It'll begin at 162 with your competitor. Let's jump back in front on behalf of the team at Win Real Estate. It'll begin 162 and 100 and grand. limited. And back against you at a bid of 162 and 100. At 200. At a bid of 162 and 200. At a bid of 162 and 200. And back against you, ma'am, at a bid of 162 and 200. At a bid of 162 and 200. At a bid of 162 and 200. At a begin 162 and 200. At a begin 162 and 200. At a begin 162 and 200. Jump back in, ma'am. At a begin 162 and 200. At a begin 162 and 200 with your competition. Let's not back away. I was about to ask this gentleman if he's in or out, but he's actually gone. I think he's out. At a begin $162,200. You guys are in front, and I'm going to sell this fine piece of real estate if we do not see a better bidder offer. At a begin $162,000, fairly bid away. I'm going to knock it down if we do not see a better bid. At a begin 162. At a begin 162. At a begin 162. At a begin at 1,162,000. We've seen 7 bidders fighting for it, and I'm going to knock it down if we don't see a better offer. At a begin 62 and 300. At a begin 162 and 300. At a begin 162 and 300. Jump back. At a begin 162 and 500. Gentlemen's in front and good to see you. At a begin 162 and 500 and back against you. At a begin 162 and 500 and back against you, ma'am. The phones come out, which suggests to me we're gonna see another bid. Therefore, prepare your next as well. At a begin 162 and 500. At a begin 162 and 500. Telephone call being made, ma'am. Jump back. Here's your final chance. Gentlemen's in front. At a begin 162 and $500. Could this be the victorious knockout blow? At a begin 162 and $500. Fairly bid away. I'm going to knock it down if nobody else jumps in at $1,162 and $500. At a begin 162 and 500. I'm going to sell it away going once. Gentlemen's bid. Could this be the victorious knockout blow? Second opportunity. At a begin 162 and 500. Third. 500. At a begin 163. At a begin 163 and back against you. No one's backing down. At a begin 163 and 100. At a begin 1,000 or 100. 100. At a begin 163 and 100. 100,000 extra. At a begin 163 and 100. At a begin 163 and 100. At a begin 163 and 100. And back against you, ma'am. Let's jump back in front. At a begin $163,000 and 100. And I'm going to sell it away if we do not see a better offer. Going once at a begin 163 and 100. Second opportunity. We appreciate all those that bid. Here's your final chance to jump back, or I'm going to sell for the third and final call. We're selling at 1,100,700. At a begin 163 and 700 and just in time. 800. At a begin 163 and 800 and back against you. We're at 800 now with your competition over here. At a begin 163 and 800. Good teamwork, Aldwin. At a begin 163 and 800. Jump back in, man. At a begin 163 and 800. At a begin 163 and 800. At a begin 163 and 800. Ma'am, 170. 170. Let's go 170. Where are we at, Aldrin?
163,800.
I knew exactly where we're at. I just wanted to make sure you're paying attention. That's my way to disguise the fact that I forgot the number we were at. And I've just given away my secret. At a begin $163,800. I strategically exposed some vulnerability there to connect with the crowd. At a begin $163,800, fairly bid away. Here's the bid on the right-hand side. At a begin 163 and 800, I'm going to knock it down. Jump back in, guys. Once, twice, third, final call, selling. 164. It'll begin 164. It'll begin at 164. It'll begin at 164 and 500. It'll begin 164 and 500. Jump back in, ma'am. It'll begin 164 and 500 and back against you. It'll begin 164 and 500. It'll begin 164 and 500. It'll begin 164 and 500. Let's jump back in front, belly bit away. It'll begin 164 and 500. It'll begin 164 and 500 is the bid and offer. It'll begin 164 and 500, belly bid now. It'll begin 164 and 500. It'll begin 164 and 500. Jump back in, ma'am. Here's your final opportunity. I'm going to knock it down if we do not see a better bidder offer. We've heard that one before, but each and every single time the underbidder has jumped back in. It'll begin 164, 500 as what appears to be the crescendo of the auction. 65. It'll begin 165. It'll begin 165. It'll begin 165 and back against you. It'll begin 165. Gentlemen's back on the telephone, which suggests to me there's another bid on its way. It'll begin 165. 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 Aldwin, I'm going to sell. We don't have much time here. I'm going to knock it down, of course, now 165, but we'll only leave when the job's done and we're 110% certain that the underbidders are out. At another 200. It'll begin 165 and 200 and what appears to be the never-ending story. It'll begin 100 and 65 and 200. It'll begin 165 and 200. It'll begin 165 and 200. For those that are thinking of selling, have a conversation with the team at Win Real Estate because they look forward to selling your property. We've seen 7 bidders fighting it out here ferociously. It'll begin 162 and 500. Right, Aldwin? At 162 and 500, guys. I'm going to sell 65 and 500. 200. Sorry? 200. 65 and 200. Where would we be without our team? I'm so grateful that we're here working together. It'll begin 165 and 200. Is that right, Aldwin? It'll begin 165 and 200. Finally, I got it right. It'll begin 165 and 200. Jump back in and I'm going to knock it down if we don't see a better bidder. 100 at 65 and 600. 300. Just joking. It'll begin 165 and 300 and 500. It'll begin 165 and 500. It'll begin 165 and 500. And back in front, it'll begin at 165 and 500. It'll begin 165 and 500. It'll begin 165 and 500. Jump back in, ma'am. Here's your final chance. It'll begin at 65 and 500. Going once, going twice for the third and final call. It'll begin at 65 and 500. I'm going to sell it away if we do not see a better offer. Once, twice, third, final call. We're selling, and 100. It'll begin 65 and 600. 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 How much? 800. It'll begin 65 and 800. It'll begin 65 and 800 and back against you. It'll begin 65 and 800. 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 Ma'am, 65 and 800. Done, finished, silent, selling. 65 and 800. Once, twice, third, final call. We're selling. Sorry? It'll begin 166. It'll begin 166, guys. How about it begin at 170? Let's get the job done. It'll begin at 166. It'll begin at 166. At 67 and back against you, man. How about it begin at 170? It'll begin at 167, gentlemen's offer. It'll begin at 167. It'll begin at 167. It'll begin at 167. It'll begin at 167. Belly bit away. In front here on the right-hand side, it'll begin $167,000. I'm going to knock it down, guys. Jump back in at $1,167,000. I'm going to call it 3 times going once. It'll begin $167,000 going twice. It'll begin $167,000 going for the third and final chance at $1,167,000. I'm going to knock it down. We're selling at $1,167,000. In or out? Final chance.
100.
100. 167 and 100. It'll begin 167 and 100. It'll begin 167 and 100. It'll begin 167 and 100. 8. It'll begin 168. 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 It'll begin at 168. Jump back in, man. It'll begin at 168. Jump back at 69 if you like it. Gentlemen's offer. It'll begin 168. It'll begin 168. It'll begin 168. It'll begin at 168. Guys, jump back in. It'll begin 168,000. It'll begin 168. Jump back. It'll begin at 169. I'm going to knock it down going once, twice, third, final call, and a begin 168. We've got to be faster, guys, or I'm going to knock it down. And a begin 168. We're selling, and a begin 168. Sold. Congratulations.